Hey, what's going on, guys? Flick here, and welcome back to another episode of the FIFA 17 career mode with Southampton. Today, we will be closing out the January transfer window with a match in the semi-final of the EFL Cup against Swansea City and a match in the FA Cup against Exeter City. But more importantly, we'll be using the remainder of our transfer budget that we have to spend to make one more signing. And I asked you guys what players we should be going for with the remaining $5 or so million that we have to spend. And I think the comment that was most prevalent to me was looking to fill out our squad rotation and our squad depth with a fullback. I have 3 fullbacks added to our transfer shortlist, but the issue is 2 of which we have no idea how much they are worth. But I have sent out my scout, and I'm hoping that we can get at least a partial scouting report back before the transfer window does come to a close. But going through our options, we have Lucas Klosterman, a fullback from Red Bull Leipzig, and he does look to have a decent amount of potential. I'm guessing that most of these players are in the lower 70s for their overall, but their potential exceeds 80. Our second option is Eric Aguirre, playing for Pachuca, the same team that Herving Lozano plays for, and a club that has been known to develop those youth talents. Our final option is Kieran Tierney, and this guy was a very popular suggestion in the comments section, so I thought I would add him to the shortlist, but to be fair, he has some decent stats. We will be getting into the gameplay pretty quickly today with that second leg fixture in the EFL Cup against Swansea City. We won the first leg 2-1, so we have an aggregate lead going into the second leg at St. Mary's, and I'm expecting for us to at least get a draw in this game. Looking at the team management, we also have a first team to boast and a lot of players that are in form, including our new signing, Sebastian Haller, who will be featuring on the bench to start off with, but I plan on giving him some play time as a target man striker. Keeping McCarthy in the net for us because, although Fraser Forster is our starting keeper, McCarthy's played well in the cup, and I intend on continuing to give him starts. Lineups are looking pretty similar for this second leg, and I would say as long as we don't concede another miraculous strike from the legendary CPU, we should be able to advance to the final of this competition. Finally a chance in this game, but unfortunately it will fall for Swansea City. They're going to get inside the box. Montero playing it off to Emnes, and McCarthy has to pull off the save. Not a great start to the game, and I think these weather conditions are truly coming into play. The passing has not been great so far, but we'll look to deal with the corner kick. Keeper's going to stay in the net, and the header off the post will clear it away, and the danger's averted. Oh, what is that for a clearance? And they're going to put that top bins with Leroy Fer. I have no idea what our defender was thinking. He cleared it right back to one of the Swansea players, and now they're back in it. They have that away goal, but if things stayed the way that they currently are, we would go to extra time, so it's going to be a very intriguing game. For a second there, I thought that we would be advancing due to away goal differential, but if I remember right, things are a little bit different for domestic competitions. That's only the case in continental competitions, but all of a sudden, we have a chance of our own. We'll square it across, and that should have been a goal, but Ward-Prowse follows it up. It was a bit of a P-roller to score, but we get that goal for us, and now it's 1-1, 3-2 on aggregate, and guess who? It's James Ward-Prowse being, again, at the right place at the right time, and he scored so many of those types of goals this season. He also split 3 Swansea defenders in the process, so that's pretty impressive on its own right. Not too many highlights there in the first half. Most of the highlights did come from about a 5-minute span of time where both goals were scored, but we'll look to change that in the second half. If things stay as they currently are, we would be moving on to the final of the competition, but we know how quickly this legendary difficulty can strike, so I'd love to score another goal and really secure our place in the final. Jordi Klaasie is going to spot out Nathan Redmond, and we have a lot of players here on the right. We're going to be very patient with our play because Swansea have to make the next move. We can sit back and defend if we want to, but instead we'll push up with Ryan Bertrand, using some brilliant, precise dribbling. Finds Højbjerg, could look to shoot this one cross-body, and that just about went in. It was a brilliant run by Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, and that going just inches wide of the target. That's a nice turn by Emnes. He'll find Leroy Fer, who banged in the first goal for Swansea. McCarthy, though, looks like he's sweating back there, and that's a big-time save by him. It will be a corner kick for Swansea City. They have a lot of aerial threats in the box, and we have to win this header. Well done by Jay Rodriguez, and he finds Cedric on the outlet. If we can get forward here, this could be a chance. And we get Jordi Klaasie once again out wide to Cedric. Not many of our players are pushing up because we want to stay defensive for the remainder of this game, and Swansea do collect it again. It's a nice run being made on the right, and we'll find James Ward-Prowse once more in the middle, and he gets fouled in the process. No, it's Pierre-Emile Højbjerg now all of a sudden on the ball, finding Buffon, who's been our best player recently, using some nice dribbling, loses hold of possession, gets injured in the process. And the game is once again making me take off one of our players. I don't know how many times we've had this happen to us where one of our players get injured in game. I know a fix is happening for the amount of injuries going on in career mode as well as Ultimate Team, but it hasn't happened yet, and now we've got to take off Buffon with an injury. Luckily, we have a couple of options here, and I think I'll be going with Shane Long at the left wing position. And while we're at it, we might as well make some other substitutions. Romeu coming on for Jordi Classy, and then we'll bring on Jake Hesketh again for James Ward-Prowse. Jay Rodriguez could end the game if we get one more goal. Use some hold-up play, and now can get by a couple of defenders. One more pass in the middle. Oh, it's a great interception by Ko Sung Young. And now Martin Emnes can start the attack. A nice bit of team play, and Jake Hesketh on the ball, finding Højbjerg. He'll play this one to Rodriguez. One more through ball, and that was Romeu trying to get between the two defenders. But Swansea's defense, they played well in this game, and I think they've been a little bit unlucky to have conceded that goal, but still pushing on. They need to score another. Just 3 minutes of extra time left to go in this one, and Swansea choosing to work it from the back. I'm not sure the ref will let them get forward, but here we go, the moment of truth. The ref lets them play on, and we'll need to get one more steal. Romeu putting in that tackle, and that is full time. We're through to the final of the EFL Cup. It was a fantastic draw today and a victory eventually over 2 legs, and I'm very proud of the team. We had a lot to take away from this match today. We weren't the most precise on our shooting, but I think the weather conditions could be partly attributed to that. There is one point of concern, and of course that is the Buffon injury. We'll see what the message is after the match, but if he's out, then we're going to have to rethink our starting 11 and our immediate future. We've got to be counting our lucky stars because it's another one of those less serious injuries. Buffon only out for a month, and we don't have another match that we would be playing him in for another 2 weeks, so at most he'll miss 1, maybe 2 matches. We'll get stuck into another match, this time in the FA Cup against Exeter City, and we're using largely a second team, but I had to see the return of Dusan Tadic for this match. Once I saw he was fully recovered from his injury, I couldn't help but give him that starting left wing role. Outside of that, we're using largely a second team, giving Cameron as well as Mama Wepa the starting spots so we can see out that Youth Academy objective. We've actually got some awesome graphics on display for these FA Cup games, and this motivates me to play more of these kind of matches, and I think it's a sign for things to come, at least for next year and the kind of graphics that might be available for FIFA 18 and the Premier League. Sebastian Haller is just too much to deal with, and Exeter City can't seem to handle him. He'll look to square this one in the middle, and if someone could shoot, it could have been a chance, but we'll still hang on to possession with Harrison Reed. He'll lay off the pass to Cameron, our Youth Academy player, running it to the byline, cutting it inside, and now looking for Sebastian Haller in the middle, unable to find him, and Exeter City get it cleared. Here, Dusan Tadic's first touches on the ball after returning from injury, and he'll look to do what he does best, maybe crack out a long shot, and that one going wide. We just can't seem to get the ball off Exeter City. I wouldn't be surprised if they've hung on to more possession and had better passing stats than we've had. And now the left side of our defense is wide open. McCarthy, another big-time save. Will get it cleared with PA, or he should have gotten it cleared in the first place, but ends up with a goal kick. We need to change something here in the second half. A truly abysmal first half from us. Only 1 shot and 0 on target compared with Exeter's 6 shots, 4 on target, and 56% of the possession. They've been the better side, and they probably deserve a goal to be fair, but I'm going to look to push strong in the next 45 minutes. I don't want to get a draw. We're either going to win or we're going to lose. I'd rather not play a replay. Coming out of the gates, it's still Exeter City, who played better, and finally they get a shot there. McCarthy with another big-time save. You can see passing-wise, they're about at 100%, which is just unheard of. I don't care if you're on Legendary difficulty or on Beginner difficulty. That's a strange sight to see. And we'll get this one cleared again with McCarthy. He's the only reason it's still 0-0 right now. Sebastian Haller turning the defender and looking to do it on his own. He has the pace to outrun the Exeter City's defenders. He's going to look to go far post. Someone needs to be there, and it's an easy collection again by the keeper. We've made a mess of every single chance we've had all game. Make that run on the right. Let's go. Come on, Cameron. Do something for me. Find Sally Uchan. A nice through ball played by him. Someone needs to show at the penalty marker. Cross sent into the far post, and it's going to be a goal. We haven't had many chances all game, but it's Harrison Reed who makes an acrobatic finish right there, and that's what I've been asking our players to do. I talked to them at halftime break, and it was Harrison Reed who stepped up in a lot of the previous matches prior to this one, and he steps up again here. Great finish. With 35 minutes to go, I'll make a couple of changes to try to see out this match, and I'd like to take off Dusan Tadic. I don't want to see him get injured, especially in an FA Cup game, so I'll make a single substitution right now and bring on Thierry Ambrose for him, who you guys want to see more playtime for. Chance for Exeter City, it's Butterfield, finding Grant. and could cross it from this right wing position, but instead he'll work it from the back, and Romeu needs to win this tackle. He does not. McCarthy comes out, and it's another save by him. Has a couple of players on the break, and it's Sebastian Haller to win this header, and a nice overlap run by Salih Uchan has a player on the left. It's going to be Thierry Ambros, the new substitute, cutting this one inside, getting surrounded by Exeter City players, but somehow he gets out of that pickle, and we'll start working this one around. That's a nice pass to find Mamuepa. Our fullback to Romeu, needs to be a turn by Sebastian Haller, and a finish, but it's defended very, very well by Exeter City, and I don't think they're going to be conceding another. Just looking at how well Exeter City are playing from the back, I'll make 2 more substitutes and just look to play defensive for these last 20 minutes and see out the match at the current result of 1-0. Harrison Reed, the goal scorer, will be coming off, and we will bring on James Ward-Prowse. Along with that, I'll bring Jake Hesketh on for Salih Uchan, who once again hasn't made the biggest mark on this match, but I want to keep on giving him time and allowing him to develop. Jake Hesketh, his dribbling is just on another level. For a 60-something rated player, it feels like an 80 rated player, to be honest with y'all. He splits the 2 defenders, plays in the middle. It's got to be a finish by Ward-Prowse, goes for a chip shot, and I'm not sure what he was thinking. It's the final countdown, only 4 minutes of added extra time, and one final chance for Exeter City to get forward, but they were too sluggish in getting that ball forward, and that is the full-time whistle. We walk out of here with a 1-0 victory. Again, not the highest scoring game, but we get the result we were looking for. To be fair, Exeter City were the better team. We just had a single shot on target, but that shot on target was a goal, and looking at the player ratings, I would give it to Harrison Reed. Yeah, 8.4 rating, no doubt about that, and he was our man of the match. With it being transfer deadline day, I think it's about time that we start putting in bids for a few of our fullback options, and you can see here our CEO says that Aguirre's value is between 2.8 and 3.2 million, which helps us out tremendously, because that tells us his value is probably around that 2.5 million mark, and I'm guessing that Klosterman's about the same. So I'm going to put in a 3 million bid for both him as well as Klosterman. We'll see if either team do accept that. Well, here you go. We've got news from Leipzig and Pachuca. Leipzig have declined our 3 million bid for Lucas Klosterman. They say they want 5.5 million, which is a bit hefty in my opinion, but Pachuca have accepted our 3 million bid, and it looks like we will go after Eric Aguirre. This guy can play right back and center defensive mid, and I think he's the perfect player for our team, because those are 2 positions we've had struggles with in regards to injuries, and he does have a decent amount of potential ahead of him. So we'll give him his contract demands, $15,000 per week, 4 years, and we'll be going with a squad rotational player role. And that was too easy, man. He accepted the contract offer right away. We only had to wait an hour, and we'll add him to the team. A perfect player to fit into our side as a squad rotational player, and we'll see how that does put us for our objectives. I think we're going to still be at mark with our expectations for the start of this season, going over to the objectives tab, and financially we're still in perfect shape for our short-term financial objective. With an hour left to go on transfer deadline day, I quickly wanted to showcase the top deals and as well give a player spotlight on our new signing in Eric Aguirre. Marco Verratti is making his way to Liverpool for 59 million, Romelu Lukaku to Spurs for 48 million, strengthening the title hopes for them, and finally Bojan is on his way to Bayern and the Bundesliga for 34 million, leaving Stoke City. Now for this player spotlight, we do have Eric Aguirre. He's not the highest rated player yet, but he does have a lot of potential ahead of him. 72 rated right now, and you can see he's very gifted in his physical attributes, and I think he would just be a fantastic player in the midfield, because you'll see later he has the right work rates and the other attributes to really fit that position. Medium high is what I'm currently looking for a center defensive mid, and he just fits the mold that those kind of smaller center defensive mids do have, like Conte and like a few other players that are pretty highly rated and have had a lot of success in FIFA 17. Finally, he does not have any specialties or traits as of yet. But guys, that will close out the episode for today. I look forward to having February for you in the next episode, a squad report and an update on the player training, all that jazz. But if you have enjoyed this episode today, make sure you drop a like down below, subscribe if you are new, and if you're interested, I have links to my other social platforms in the description if you do want to follow me on there. But until next time, this has been Flick. I'll be talking to you guys again soon.